Good evening and seasons bleedings, everybody. DJ Craigie here with the Behind the Fang podcast with my amazing co-host and wife, Ming Chow and Neapolitan Wu. We have a very special guest this evening, a great friend of mine from way back. I'm sure y'all know him, Mr. Red Blackburn Aeòįlįm戎. Welcome.
Hey, what's happening?
Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for being here.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.
Yes, I totally had to do that seasons bleeding thing. You know, tis the season.
Exactly. And the best thing is when people are bleeding. No.
Agreed.
I hope you all got a lot of band-aids when they die. Okay.
Well, so we'll start off. Please tell the community, for most of them, well, for the few of them that aren't familiar with who you are, let them, introduce yourself. And what about your roles in the Progeny system?
My name's Red Blackburn Aeòಈlįmës, and basically I'm a Therian. I roleplay as a wolf, lichen. Been in the system for a while now. Basically, I am an ambassador of Aemilius clan that's in the Raven's Claw bloodline. My mother runs the clan, Archreesa. And I'm also, I was a senior usher, but now I'm a team lead. I'm also a devil's advocate for the Progeny legal system. I was a scribe at one time, and I'm also a princeps of my house, which is called Odin's Ravens.
Oh, so that's
Very
quite the
cool.
history.
Yeah, you have an impressive roster there. Wow, and I have seen you in the court, and you do a really good job. It's very entertaining.
Well, thank you. I try my hardest, to get the win and everything and get justice right, but sometimes I lose.
Well, it's very entertaining. I love it. And Odin's Ravens, that's a very nice name. Does it have like a special meaning or?
Yeah, my ancestry is Viking, so basically I went
very
with
cool.
Odin's Ravens because the Ravens were basically Odin's eyes. They would see everything, and and I always like that expression, that quote. What the hell is it? Quote the Raven or whatever it was.
Oh, I quote the Raven nevermore.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
I love that quote.
Poe,
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe. That's very cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, and basically my backstory is basically Viking. If you actually see my character, you can see it looks very Viking.
And you gave us some photos too of yourself, and so we'll run that across the podcast. So yeah, it's very cool. I always love to hear about people's houses that they name with like meaningful things with the backstory. I think that's very cool. So now, tell us about your embrace.
Well, my original embrace wasn't that great. It was a back alley one by this guy. I won't say no names.
There's so many Vegas back alley turn-ins, I swear.
Yeah.
Where do people find? How do you do this? It's like a drive-through.
Well, at the time, I was the owner of Fantasia Club, strip club.
Oh, very cool, like from True Blood.
Yeah, and basically he was a DJ there, and basically his girlfriend was one of the managers, and they kept on talking about it and everything, and I finally said, "Yeah, let's do it." Well, long story short, he had her embrace me and basically taught me how to feed, and then outcasted me 2 weeks later. So,
Seriously, why? Did he say why?
because she embraced me, he outcasted her, which outcasted me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I was outcasted for like, I don't know, a month, maybe 2 months. And that's when my sister at the time, which is still my sister, Midori, came to me and said that she was going to give up her house if I wanted it. So I said, yeah, sure. Not knowing anything about what a house is or anything. She she tries to, teach me about it and what my role would be, da 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 da. And she signed it over to me. And that's when I found my mom, AεοΗlตี๋, and that's when she was Arch-FSD. And she resired me and everything. And after that, yeah, she for personal reasons she had to leave the realm for a little while. And then I went over to Lord Babu. He resired me. And then basically when my mom came back and everything, because I talked to her and everything, she came back to help me out. And I went back underneath her, and that's where I'm at now. So,
Very cool. That's a colorful history.
yeah, it was a rough one, but I did meet the right people because my mom, AεoΗlตี๋, basically taught me quite a bit before she, had to leave for personal reasons. And then when I was under Lord Babu, I learned a lot about the political side and everything of Progeny, and which I always loved about. I'm big in politics anyway,
Yeah.
so I loved learning about all that, and and that's where I get my voice from, is talking politics. So what's right's right, what's wrong is wrong, and but
A crusader for justice.
yeah,
See it.
basically, you know,
That's very admirable, I must say.
Yes.
Well, I know how it feels to be like 2 weeks into the system and be outcasted and not know anybody really, so
Yeah, definitely.
you know,
It's
but
a horror story for sure.
yeah. I actually almost left the system for a little while till Midori came to me about the house and everything, because I was like, I only know how to feed. I didn't even know, about aging or anything about that, or what was going to happen when I got out of fledgling stage.
Wow.
Nothing,
That's shocking, and normally, that's one of the first lessons. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry to hear it too. That happens so often though. A lot of people, fledglings, get turned like that, and then that happens to them. So what's that famous quote? Keep them babies off the streets, folks. Yeah, you turn
exactly,
someone, take responsibility. So
exactly. And if you don't have the time to teach them, make sure somebody in your house or something can teach them. You know what I mean? Look after them.
yes,
You
Well,
know,
absolutely.
exactly.
you know. But
You turned
I
out really good though, so you should be proud of
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, I think I turned out pretty good. So pretty,
Absolutely, yes.
basically coming up from nothing. So
You're pretty iconic too in the world
yeah,
of
Like that
vampires
quote.
and Therians. I
mhm,
Oh, it's
don't
like
make
that
me
quote. Started from the bottom, now we hear.
yep.
uh-huh. Don't
And
make
the
me
only
break out in song and dance, folks.
and the only way is up. There ain't no looking back. There ain't no going down. It's just going up
Yes,
now.
sir.
So
That's right. That's
Always
right.
moving forward. I agree.
yep.
So, what's it like to be a therianthrope? Like in a vampire world per se, like Progeny is so vampire dominant. Like, is it almost like not oppression, but
Intimidating,
yeah, intimidating? Is it like
oppressive.
yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
when I first started role playing as a Therian, it was a little intimidating because I remember the first time I said something about being a lichen, and somebody's like, "Progeny don't have lichens," and I got like they jumped right down my throat and everything, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, well, that ain't what I was told." And the website has, at that time it said lycanthrope instead of therianthrope, so I
Mhm.
knew that there was going to be a HUD sooner or later. But
Hmm.
within the last 2 years, I've seen a big change where basically people don't really care if you're Therianthrope because there's way more than what you would expect, or a lot of people know of that are
Mhm.
Therianthrope. And a lot of them just keep to themselves because, you know, of the what happened in the past. But a lot of them too are becoming big things. We have quite a few Therianthropes in the DA's office, the Devil Advocate's office. Um, the ushers, we had quite a few. Yeah, actually, the Therianthropes outnumbered the vampires in all actuality. Uh, the Scribes Guild, they were just starting the Therianthrope scribes when I stepped back for a little while.
Mm.
And right now they're not real active, but I know they're still there and they're going to be coming back and everything. So because you're a Therianthrope doesn't mean that you can't move up in the system. Right now, basically, you can be whatever you want to be. You can be an usher, you can be a scribe, you can be a DA. You know, you can do basically whatever you want to move up. I don't really feel, you know, any different being a Therianthrope in a bunch of vampires. I mean, we joke back and forth, uh, when
About the
I'm in chat.
bacon.
Yeah, the bacon, and a lot of people know me because I'm always well, I'm not drunk, but I'm always drinking my Jack and smoking my blunt, and,
Me too, bro. Minus
and,
the Jack. Yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, so I'm the guy that passes out blunts everywhere. You know what I mean? So, you know, no, I don't really get no flack from it, and I don't feel like the Therians are held down or anything. I think a lot of people don't even think about what you are. That they take you as the person that you are. So
Yeah.
and plus Progeny, the Therianthrope ain't just wolves or bears or jackals. They're basically fairies. They're witches and this and that. They all fall into it.
Mhm.
You know, under Therian.
Fairies
And
even now.
yeah, fairies.
Haze. There's some
Yep.
dark
Fays,
haze.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's fays, there's fairies, there's whatever you can think of is in the Therianthrope side. It ain't just wolves.
Yeah. Anything that
So,
shapeshifts, right? Falls under that
yep.
category.
Yeah, which basically is kind of ironic because if you think about it in lore, vampires can actually turn into bats and wolves and stuff too. So basically, ironically, the vampire's kind of a Therian,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to get technical. So in all actuality, we're all one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
Send
there's
your hate mail to Red, folks. I did not say that.
well, me. I call it as I see it, and
Nah, that's good.
y-
That's cool.
if a Therian is anything that shapeshifts, basically, then a vampire falls under the same coat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
You're right. Absolutely.
so
There's
we're
some half breeds, like half human, half vampire,
yes,
demon. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
yeah. I mean, there will never be a per se hybrid HUD, and we all know that. But a HUD does not basically constitute your role play. Like a HUD is just a tool per se
Yeah,
for the
it's
role
just an
play.
accessory to your
Yeah,
role play. Yeah, to your game.
and I mean, I've been role playing as a Therian, well, Lycan, whatever you want to call it, for like 2 years now, and we don't have a Therian HUD, but I'm still Therian. Everybody knows me as a Therian. I don't,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it would be nice if we did have our own HUD. Don't get me wrong, that'd be cool as all hell, but
Mhm. Well,
we,
hopefully the development will continue shortly.
yeah, exactly. Well, I know this horse been working hard onto it, and everything, and I'm not in no rush for it. Some people are, but I'm not. I'm
Mhm.
like, when it comes, it comes. If it don't. You know what I mean? That's not
Yeah.
going to stop
Yeah.
how I role play. I mean,
Well, exactly. The role play is the main aspect, and then everything else is just accessories, kind of.
Secondary falls into place.
yep. Like I said, it's just a tool. I mean, he could give us all a HUD that's universal, and just where it changes its title. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
yeah, it still would work the same way.
Yeah.
So, you know, but
Well, speaking of role play, okay, we are all dying to know. So tell us about this epic role play story that you have going on. Give us the cliff notes, if you will, the background.
all right. Well,
Bring us up
the
to speed.
the reason of the role play was, like I said earlier, you know, some people were asking about my backstory, Maddie's backstory, my mom's backstory, and you know, all this. And one night, I don't know, I was smoking a blunt, and I was looking through, and I seen the role play for all, and I was like, instead of writing up the role play, not the role play, but the backstory and giving it to somebody to put up on the wiki, I'm like, why not just put it here? That way, basically, everybody can join in, and it becomes everybody's. You know what I mean? It's mainly
Yeah.
mine, Maddie's, my mom's, and soon you will find out who my father is. I'm not giving
Oh, I
any
can't wait.
idea,
Yeah. No
but
spoiler alerts. Come on,
no,
Red. Come
no
on.
spoiler alerts. But
Ah,
the thing is, I just figured, do something with the community. You know what I mean, and get them involved, and see where it goes. You know,
yeah.
but at the same time, no matter even if nobody did join in, we would finish our backstory. You know what I mean? But it's more
Yeah.
fun with people
Yeah,
joining in, you know,
it
because
is.
as I was saying before we started recording, without the community, there would have been no me. Without the community, there would be nobody's backstory. It's basically a community thing. Everybody's backstory comes from the community because everybody's involved somehow. So, you know, and it's fun to role play like that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
it is.
you might be going down one road with the role play, and then all of a sudden, boom, somebody puts a little twist into it that you didn't see coming, and then you got to work around that. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it makes you think.
Yeah, I'm having a really good time reading it and following along. I look forward to it every morning to go in there and read it, like the updates. So far, I think, can you catch us up to speed, like for those that don't know about what's going on? So you've found your long lost mother. Am I allowed to say this, or
Yeah.
can I? Okay. So you found your long lost mother, and you have your
Well, she
wife,
found me.
Maddie.
Actually, she actually found me
Oh
because
yes, that's right, because you were injured, wounded.
yes, yeah,
Yes.
because
Okay.
I was going to Maddie's cave to make sure that she was okay and everything, and I didn't know I was injured, so I passed out. And basically, when Maddie came to, because she sensed me, she came out. And for some reason, this woman was riding by in her carriage, going back to her castle, and she spotted us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And when she basically seen my eyes, she knew who I was. You know,
Yeah, she
because
felt a strange familiar presence.
yeah. And the thing is I ain't her child in blood. Like she didn't turn me. I'm actually her human child along with my sister Gothic. We we were her human children before she even got turned.
Hmm. So
And
Gothic is your twin, right? That's how
yep,
it is. Okay.
yep,
So she has also found you since your mother, she was with your mother,
yep,
right?
yep. And see what happened was when my mother got turned, the hunger for blood and everything, she was scared that she wouldn't be able to control it. So she gave us to somebody, and she didn't know whatever happened to us. But she would see us in town, this and that. But then all of a sudden, me and Gothic disappeared. You know what I mean? And she never
Mhm.
knew what happened to us.
Oh,
And she found Gothic before me, because Gothic got turned into a vampire. But, you know, me, I just disappeared. And, if you read a little bit into the backstory and the role play, I ended up with the Vikings and everything. And I got
Mhm.
killed on the battlefield. And basically, Odin's wolves found me on the battlefield, brought me back to him. And he's the one that actually turned me into what I am today. So,
This is very
oh,
exciting. Yeah,
yeah.
it's and so is this like, do you all talk about this, like how the story is going to go, which way you want to take it, or is this spontaneous? Like you're just putting in your part and Maddie's putting in her part and Risa.
Well, in the beginning, it was all spontaneous.
nice.
Like, yeah, because nobody even knew I was going to do it. Like I said, I was stoned one night and I was like, let me put something in here. And I hit up my mom, Gothic, and Maddie. They're all sleeping. I hit them up on Discord. I'm like, yo, when you wake up, look in Roleplay For All on Discord and PV chat. And they're like, so of course, when they woke up, they're like, huh? And they went to look and they're like, oh boy. And they just went with it. And
Yeah.
for the first few days, we would talk, but we wouldn't really talk about what we were going to put in there. It was all spontaneous. Now we're trying to get it where we can bring the backstory first and foremost, because there's commotion at the everybody can sense that there's something going on at the castle. That's why there's guards and everything. And
Yeah. And
something
you got
big is
all
going
these
on.
people flying in now. You got all kinds
Mm,
of people that's coming and
yeah,
having this great feast. And Craig, you really got to read this for real.
yeah. And
Well, I'm really interested now. I was just gonna say, like, huh.
yeah,
Yeah. It's pretty
and the
epic.
thing and the thing is like there is a lot of twists and turns that are coming. I can't say anything, but there is some twists and turns coming, and I ain't gonna say who is my father. Just say that he's already made an appearance in the
Okay.
role play. So
I think I
Okay.
know who it is, but I'm not going to say anything. So, but I think I know
It's
who it
like
is.
almost as intriguing as Star Wars, like who's his father?
yeah,
So, how how can the community participate in like this epic story? Like they find it in the Progeny group, you said?
yep. In the Progeny Discord, in the Progeny chat Discord, and
Oh,
basically there's a channel in there that says Roleplay For All,
mhm.
and the only thing I ask is if you are going to put something into the role play, like
Mhm.
read through and read the whole thing first and try to go along with the story. Like, don't like branch off to like
Mhm.
say that you're in, I don't know, in another country or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or,
Make it connect, like a connect
yes,
four.
yeah,
Be one of
make
those
it,
puzzle pieces that fits in.
yeah, exactly. I mean, of course, when you're first showing up and everything, yeah, you're going to have your own little story, but make it so that it fits in. That way it's
Yeah.
like a movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Tie it all in.
yeah, like a Stephen King book. Like Stephen King always has like 3 or 4 stories in the beginning of different people, but then all of a sudden in the middle of the book, he brings all 4 stories, like the people from all 4 stories, into
Hmm.
one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but everything, even though like the first chapter is about this person and, a few people, there's interconnect with the second chapter's people. You know what I mean? They all interconnect
Yeah.
somehow. So that's the only thing that we ask is that way, because in case somebody does want to take it and, and make a book out of it or something, at least
Hmm.
everything flows. That way when people read it, they're not like, huh? Where did that come from? Left field?
Right. It has to
So,
make sense. So it has to be a
exactly.
beginning, a plot, the thicker the plot, and
Yeah.
then yes, and a sequel. So, do you guys? So, are you saying then you know what direction you're going in, like towards the end? Do you have like a plan of what's going to happen at the end?
We know the ending, but we don't know what's going to happen in between.
Okay.
We
Uh,
have
Tell
the
us.
beginning and we have the end, but
Okay.
we don't. Yeah, basically, a lot of times when I'm writing in there and Maddie's writing in there, we feed off from what other people are saying,
Mm-hmm.
and and then we bring it back around to what we're doing. You know what I mean? So that it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and me and Maddie, as you can see, basically feed off from each other. Good. You know what I mean? Like, actually, one of my kiddos, Creepy, actually goes, "Dad, this sounds like a romance novel." I was like, "What? Wait a minute. Wait."
well, it's really cool how they evolve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well,
Very
see,
cool.
in the role play, me and Maddie put in that we had a past. We have kids. We had a past, and we broke up for a while. And this is me coming back to her, basically. You know what I mean? And realizing that we're soulmates. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, but
That's
I can't tell
beautiful.
you any more about that, though. You know what I mean? But
Darn
just
it! You had me at
you're just gonna have to
hello.
wait and see. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just gonna have to wait and see where things go and what happens. You know.
Well, it's
So
a good time for the community to come in and participate in something new and exciting. And yeah, so Craig, think of
yeah,
something that we can write.
I have been already.
but
Well, it's
yeah.
awesome. We look forward to the
Well,
continuation.
and also I figured, it's winter time. There's going to be way more people at their computers, and this just gives everybody something to do besides just going to events and
Hmm.
standing there dancing or talking.
Yeah.
And it shows everybody's talents too. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't have to be the best writer. You don't have to be, you know, a master English person or anything to write in there. You can write Spanish if you want. Just make sure you put the translator on so that we
Hmm.
know how to follow it. But,
Yeah, it's role
you
play,
know,
right?
exactly. And basically, you know, it's to have fun. That's the main thing. Have fun, you know.
Yeah, keep it interesting, right?
Exactly. Keep it
Yeah.
interesting. And like I said, if it wasn't for the community and the people that I know, I wouldn't be where I am today. You know what I mean? It takes a community to raise a kid. You know what I mean? And it takes a community to put a role play together. Backstories. So,
Mhm.
but
Well, it's pretty
I,
awesome. I thank you for doing this for everyone. So looking forward
on
to it, the rest
no
of it.
problem.
Since you won't
Well,
give us any hints or spoiler alerts.
well, the thing is too. I also remember the source and a certain diabolic, actually a couple diabolics that said that they love role play. So,
Yes. Yeah.
so as a Christmas present, there you go. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Uh,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's a lot more to Progeny in combat for real.
hmm
So this is good for everyone to feel like they can participate. So
well, like my mom says, and somebody else, I can't say who it is. You'll all find out, but
Sounds
and
like
I, I,
CIA, right?
I go by the same motto. Basically, if you're in my house or you're in my clan or line, whatever, family comes first. We're firstly family, and then the HUD and Fangs. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
if you're in with us, you're family. You know what I mean? We don't care
Right.
about the HUD or anything. Family
Mhm.
foremost. You know.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, and that's why
Sounds
we're.
good.
I mean, my family is through basically three lines. So you know, I joke around all the time because I'm a product of quite a few lines. And well, I can't say anymore because I'll give away the role play. So basically, yeah, okay, yeah, let's move on.
Like,
I
maybe if we keep talking, maybe we'll get more information out of him. Come on. No,
Right?
respect it. Okay, we'll have to wait.
Mhm.
So, speaking about family, so do you have any future plans for your own personal growth within the system and also that of your family?
Um, like I said, the only way is up from here. You know what I mean? I have a good feeling that 2022 is going to be a good year for me, my family, and I mean, the end of the year is great because I'm back with my mom. I'm back under her and everything. Things are going good, and I'm back with Maddie. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I got my family back. I got my kids back. You know, what more can I ask for?
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah.
so
Congratulations on that, and welcome back to our Teresa. And we really wish you guys all the best.
yeah, you know, like I tell Maddie all the time, I'm like, the end of this year was good. 2022 is just going to get better and better. So I don't know where it's going to lead, but you know,
Mhm.
bigger and better things. You know.
Yeah.
Well, bigger and better always. So,
Well,
as like a pretty influential person in the progeny community, are there any like parting words of wisdom that you have, or any words of encouragement for the new and up and comers,
um,
or the late bloomers?
yeah,
Late
the
bloomers.
newbies. Yeah. Uh, basically, never give up. Don't
Mm,
let anybody tell you that you can't do something. If you want it bad enough, you'll work your butt. There are people out there that will teach you, even if the person that did embrace you didn't. There's
yeah.
in the progeny realm that will actually sit down and teach you what you need to know. You know, and
Well, and I agree. It's all about the people who you surround yourself with on the
it,
quality of your game, for sure.
exactly, and stay away from drama.
Yes.
Definitely stay away from drama, and don't let people pull you into crap. You know what I
Mhm.
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You
Does that
know,
mean you don't go to Drama Island? You don't go to the Voice Island?
uh, no, I actually do go to Boyce Island, and actually I went there the other night,
Oh,
and
really?
Oh, we
first
must
time,
have missed you.
yeah, the first time in 3 months, and I swear everybody was shocked that I was there. They're like, "Whoa, you're back?" I was like, "Yep, I'm back." So
That's a good
yeah,
feeling, huh?
yeah. So, and the thing is when I go to Boyce Island, like I tell people, yeah, I do fight, but it's nothing personal. You know what I mean? After the fight, yo, let's go have a beer, smoke a blunt, have a good time. I
Yeah.
don't. Nothing I do is personal. If it is personal, you'll know. But just fooling around, if we're just at Voice Island, you nip at me or something, and we go to the air. It's all fun and games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but
Shake off the bite, people. Shake it off.
and one other thing though, I would say is I do bite everybody. Don't take offense to it. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
you
mean,
know, you can ask anybody that goes to Voice Island or anything. I will bite every single person that's there. It's
mhm.
ungentle, but I will bite everybody that's there. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's
So,
the fun of it. I mean,
oh
and
yeah,
you get to see who's really on their toes, right?
exactly. And trust me, if basically you don't do nothing when I bite you, like move or something, and you're AFK, you better come back quick because I will not stop because
Well,
that will be a lesson learned.
that's actually what I tell the new people in my family too. I say, like, if I find you out in a public place AFK, I'll kill you,
Huh?
because I mean, it's just,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, it's just stupid, and you let your guard down, and one of these days an enemy will get you, and then that reflects your whole family. So
Oh, and especially if I see that you don't go into the position of me biting you, that means that you don't have your HUD on. Oh, I won't kill you, but yeah, you won't have much blood left. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
because rule number one, never take your HUD off. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
When you put those fags on,
yep.
it's for real.
hmm As soon as you get embraced and basically put that fangs and HUD on, you better never take them off because you never know who's going to be around. You know what I mean?
It's a part of you now. It's a dangerous lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I remember back in the day where every time I left my land, I was getting attacked. It was fun. So I learned to keep my HUD on, and yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
but but now basically I'm good. Basically, some people tend to attack me sometimes, but I usually can go out and nobody bothers me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you
Well,
know,
very cool. We cannot thank you enough for coming and doing this interview and getting
For
the role
sure.
play started. And we're looking forward to reading it ongoing, like what we said. And thank you so much. And happy
no problem.
holidays to you.
You too.
Yes, Seasons Bleedings, everybody. It has been a real honor to have you on here, and we hope to have part 2. Not as long this time, you know? Like, it's been...
What?
No, I meant, like, it's
Yank
been
him
far...
off the stage. Somebody get
I
him
meant
out.
it's been far too long since I've seen my friend. I mean, sheesh.
Oh, yes. Well, you can
Yeah.
meet him at Voice Island. Set a date.
We'll howl together, bro.
Oh, no problem.
The
You
full
know.
moon is coming up, actually,
You know.
Dun, dun,
on the
dun, dun.
18th.
The
Yeah.
last one of 2021, so
Yeah.
Well,
it's been a real honor.
maybe in a few months we can do another part. Yeah, you know, the role play is going to be going a little bit longer. So basically, yeah,
I would love that. We would love that. So we can talk about like,
Maybe a
you know,
recap as well, like,
the
or like a catch up
updates,
from...
who your father is. Yeah.
yeah.
Luke, I am your father. Yes.
I mean,
Hopefully you won't be missing an armor, you think, right? But
Well,
I mean, some people have making an assumption already in the role play who my father is. I'm
see,
not
it's
saying
probably not going to be that person then, right? Because you
uh,
guys, yeah.
I'm not saying
I
that
gotta
they're
ask,
right,
is it
and I'm
Han
not saying
Solo?
they're wrong. You know, so
Yeah, it's probably wrong because you guys want to throw everyone off the scent. I know it's someone else then because I thought I knew who it was, but now I'm gonna think that over. I'm gonna go back and reread this.
but
I got a feeling it's Han Solo anyway, so...
What?
no. Well, it could be Odin. You know what I mean? But
Ah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
you know, but then again, Odin was never human. So, but you know, you got to
And I'd like
remember.
to see a little bit more of Arteresa's story when she got embraced, and
Yeah,
it
she was
seemed,
my very first art. It was really interesting.
Well, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that if you talk to her nicely, that she would definitely come on to the show.
Hey,
It would
that's
be
a
an
great
honor to...
idea.
You
Yes.
know,
Well,
That would
and
be that's a
so
very good idea. Thank you. Yes. Put
if
the
yeah,
you're
plug in for
listening,
us,
the
please.
awesome Art Teresa, we will be in contact.
Yeah.
she would love that. I think so. You know,
Awesome.
but
Thank you again.
and
Thank
maybe you
you.
can get some of the other cast members. Well, not cast members, but maybe some of the other characters in too. You know,
That would be awesome.
it'd be
Well,
like
definitely.
Love
Maybe
that.
even like a table sit down, you know?
oh,
Yeah.
like The Walking Dead. You know, but remember after The Walking Dead, they
Oh
always had that
yeah.
sit down. You
Yeah.
know, we
Yes, where
could
they
do.
talk about what happened on the episode. Yes, that's a cool idea.
You know, hey, you never know too. It might. You know, I threw out the idea to a couple people that this could be a good thing for the Progeny magazine too. You know what I mean? Like a little
Yes,
story. Every episode a little
absolutely.
bit more of it. So hey, you never
Absolutely.
know.
Always looking for vampire fiction. Well,
Exactly.
Therianthrope as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the good mixture of both. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know. Hey, you never know. It could be the next World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, think big. It's gonna be it's huge.
Well, not World of Warcraft, but you know the the comic book novels that they have. What the hell do they call them? You know, the big thick novels that are all comic book. You know, and it
Oh yeah.
could be one of those. Somebody could, you know, some artist could start drawing it up and doing the story.
Like in a sense, almost like a written like comic style novel. That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Get some pictorials to go along with this.
Exactly. You know.
See,
Amazing
ladies and
idea.
gentlemen, we're always brainstorming. So you all have a wonderful holiday season and a Merry Christmas, and we will see you all again in the new year.
Alrighty, you too. You be
All
safe.
right. Merry Christmas. Thanks for spending your eternity here with Progeny Vampire. Good night.
Oh, we're here in the jungle.